Welcome back to Double L Cattle Farming and Hatchery. Today's video, we're going to build a spray rig. If that's something you're interested in, stay tuned. There's about 3 reasons why I feel like it's better just to build your own spray rig versus just buying one. And the first is cost. I think you can build one for at least half price of what you can buy one. I think it'll be better. It'll be a little more heavy duty. It'll be customized to what you're wanting to spray and how you're wanting to spray it, as far as how fast you're wanting to go and that kind of thing. It's going to be efficient because you're going to build one to spray exactly the way you want it to spray. This is the 3rd one. I've got another big spray rig I've built, and then another small one like this one. And since we've got different farms leased, I'm going to build this one too, where I want to haul the small one back and forth. We rotational graze, and when we move them cows from paddock to paddock, that's when we see what weeds are left and we want to spray. We don't shoot for 100% weed removal because I feel like you have to put so much chemical out and spray so hard that you're also hurting some organic ecosystem that's important to good growth as well, and good soil as well. So we just spray as little as we have to keep the weeds, and we kind of shoot for I'd say probably the 95% rule. We want rid of 95% of the weeds, but we don't try to get rid of all the weeds in our pastures. We'll buy used stuff off of Facebook Marketplace and reuse it. Somebody will have a sprayer that maybe the pump's no good. We may buy that tank, a 25 or 40-gallon tank, for 25 or 30 bucks, and we'll repurpose that on a spray rig. And then we'll buy a used trailer like this one right here. I bought this little trailer for 200 bucks off of Facebook Marketplace, and it's Cuban. It's got good wood on it and good tires, and it's just a good little trailer. It's not very expensive, but I kind of felt like I could take that. It's a good size, not too heavy, and make another little spray rig out of it. So that's what we're going to do today is I'm going to turn this little trailer into a spray rig. But one more thing is you can also take the spray equipment off of it, and you've got a little trailer. It ain't much. You could use it around the pasture to haul stuff, or a four-wheeler to the shop or something, or home. Or you could use it to take your lawnmower to the shop or whatever. But it's not a big trailer, but I mean it is something you could use it for more than one purpose, which is always nice when you're trying to save money. So once I figured out at what speed I wanted to put my chemical out and how much chemical per acre I wanted to put out, I decided on what size nozzles I needed. Of course, if you don't know, there's websites and apps that'll help you with that, or you could just call Sprayer Depot. That's who I use. They're a great company in Florida, and you actually get somebody on the phone, which is really rare these days. They're not in a hurry, they're very knowledgeable, and they will make sure you get the right material that you need to build your sprayer, to fix a sprayer or whatever. Once I got my stuff in, now I've put it all together, and right here it is. This is going to be our secondary small sprayer. I've got a big sprayer built now, so we've got 2 small ones like this for just when we're going to hit some small paddocks when we move the cows. I took an old sprayer here that didn't have a pump on it and stuff, and needed some work done to it, and put it on here. And here's a 40-gallon, so it's 65 gallons. That's going to weigh about 550 pounds or so of water when it's full. And it's going to do 3 at 20 gallons an acre. It's going to do 3 1/4 acres. I come out of both tanks with valves. That way you can decide on which one you're going to feed. When this is open, that's closed, you're feeding out of this one, and then vice versa, like this. once it comes around through here, it comes to a filter before the pump. You sure want to have a filter on there because you're going to get trash. This is going to save your pump, which is very expensive, and make it last a lot longer, and you're going to have a lot less clog. Your pump's going to last longer, and your nozzles aren't going to clog up as much. So you for sure want to filter and then clean it periodically. So once it goes through the pump, it comes back here to the boom we made. We just got a piece of tubing, and I put the connectors on I got from Sprayer Depot, as well as the nozzles. These are the High Pro ultra low drift nozzles, because you know, we may not be able to pick just a zero wind day to spray, and these has very coarse droplets, and which makes it you have less drift. That's why they're called, you know, ultra low drift nozzles. These put out at 40 psi. They put out 0.4 gallons per minute at 40 psi. Well, I've got 7 of them on there, so that's 2.8 gallons a minute. Well, I want to have about a twice capacity pump as my nozzles. So I've got a at 40 psi. It may, you know, I don't have an adjustment on there. Didn't go through all the trouble, because it's for us, it's just not worth it having a return. I do have that on my big pump, on my big spray rig, but on these small ones, it's just not worth it. It's gonna pump a consistent psi all the time. So what I'm gonna do is when I come back and calibrate, I'm gonna see what psi this is pumping, and then I'll know from there exactly how fast. These are supposed to put out 20 gallons per acre at 5 miles an hour. That's why I come up with these, because that's the speed I want to go. But you can go, you know, less gallons per acre. You could go more gallons an acre by changing these nozzles and picking out a different one, or you can go faster. You know, whatever, slower, whatever. You know, there's tons of these nozzles, tons of customization that you can do just for you and get a sprayer that's just right for your application. Like I said, I bought several things from Sprayer Depot. Super fast shipping. It's the customer service it's hard to find nowadays, and they have excellent customer service. And you actually get somebody on the phone when you call down there, which is another great thing these days. But there's really nothing to it. These nozzles have, I'll show you one more thing. These nozzles have, you just, if one does clog up, it's got little filters in there, you just take it out, clean that, stick it back in, and then you're good to go again. Well, this spray rig, like I said, it's at 20 gallons per acre. It'll do 3 1/4 acres. Should be able to do an acre in about every 10 to 12 minutes. And then what hurts you about this is having to go fill it full of water. And what we do to save time on that is we'll fill up one of those totes, those like 300-gallon totes, and then we can take it out in the pasture, like on a truck or on a big spray rig. I've got it fixed where I can fill the small one up out of it. But then you just pull up beside it and you just fill it up out of that tote. It saves a lot of time on fill ups too. In the next video, I'm going to calibrate this and make sure it's putting out, you know, the 20 gallons an acre at 5 miles per hour. All right, well, I hope this has helped some of y'all. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.
How fresh is the steak? Will be any fresher, will we still be grazing?